Hello everyone, this is the second video from the sports department that we put up on the website. The first one, which I hope you've seen, was to suggest that you subscribe to Joe Wicks's YouTube channel for his daily workout at 9 o'clock every day. High energy, really positive, really optimistic stuff which will get your day off to an energetic and healthy start. So I hope you've managed to check in and do some of the workouts with Joe. On a daily basis, we in the sports department, Megan, Janik and I, are going to be putting short video clips up on the website, giving you some more tips and ideas to factor into your day. And today, I'm going to start with juggling. You might say, why juggling? We've never done it at school before, but there's some good reasons why it's a good thing to do to learn to juggle. Firstly, if you can juggle, you can catch pretty much anything. So with sports like netball, softball, rounders, rugby, basketball, all sports we do at Hampton Court House, it'll help improve your catching skills. The second thing is we're going to be playing more table tennis and competitively at the school. And one of the things you have to be able to do to serve in table tennis is throw a ball vertically really accurately, and juggling will help with that. The third thing is that when you're juggling, you've got a number of things going on at once, and it improves your peripheral vision. This is your ability to see things outside of the point at which you're particularly looking. And it develops left and right hand skills, which is useful for most sports too. It's a really difficult skill. I can't do it, Megan and Janet can't do it, but we thought we'd all start together, and let's see when we come back to school, let's see how far we've all got. Anybody can start this from year 1 all the way upwards. And we've broken it down into what we think are manageable chunks, and we're going to start today. The equipment is really simple. I'm using a pair of socks. I'm going to roll them up into a ball, nice and loosely, so that it makes a nice, soft, easy to manage juggling implement. I would always recommend that you use clean socks, because it's very difficult to juggle if you're holding your nose with one hand if you've used an old pair of socks. So now we're going to start with the stance. The stance, relaxed, your feet about shoulder width apart, and you turn your feet so that it would be pointing at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock on a clock face, nice and relaxed. The next thing with juggling is that you need to keep your elbows as still as you can. They're into your side, relaxed, not jammed into the side. You should be able to feel your lower rib, and that's a skill we're going to try and practice. Shoulders nice and relaxed, and our hands out flat. And what we're going to try and do is keep our elbows still, and our hands are going to be throwing the ball whilst we stay pretty still otherwise. You can see what I'm doing with my hands. They're going out to in. When you throw the ball in juggling, the hand starts out and comes in and throws the ball. Catch it with the other hand and it returns it out to in. So the hand movements are out to in and up, out to in and up, and they go in a sequence like that. So the first thing to do is just start practicing that movement. When you've got that movement going, we're going to try throwing our ball. I know it's a pair of socks, so I'm calling it a ball. I'm going to start it in one hand, and I'm going to flip it into the air and catch it in the other hand. And I'm trying to keep my elbows still. I've caught it, I'm going to return it to the other hand. And up, left to right, right to left. Now that looks simple. It gets a bit boring after a while, I have to be honest. You have to practice that over and over again, so you can get the hand movement out to in. Whoops, I slipped through that one. Keep your elbows still. The point at which I'm aiming for is just slightly above my head. I want to get the ball that high, which gives me time when I start to put another ball into the sequence to catch the one that's coming down, because we're going to aim to get 3 balls into the juggling sequence at least by the time we get back to school. The final thing to tell you is that when you start throwing the ball, your eyes stay fixed to the point just above your head. I'm going to be looking slightly ahead at where I want the ball to reach its peak. I'm trying not to look down at my hands, trying to trust that I know where the ball's going to go and I can catch it. I'm just going to do this for about 4 or 5 minutes. Whoops, that was a loose one. About 5 times a day. So I'm going to be doing about 20 minutes of this a day. The great thing about it is you can just put your rolled up socks down somewhere handy And when you're bored or you want a bit of a change, do something a bit different, you can just pick it up and start practicing. Just trying to get a nice arc, because when we put another ball in this sequence, we want to be confident that that one we can always catch. And that's the start of juggling. So if you put that into your day, let's see how we all get on. Megan and Janik have started as well, and every week I'll give you another little tip to develop the skill and move it on, bringing in another ball and so on. The last thing to say this morning before I sign off is that I've put juggling into my plan. So I've been making plans for the day, and one of the things I've done is that I've said, hang on, let me get this the right way around, that I want to, when we come back to school, I want to learn something new. So I'm saying I want to feel like I'm improving. I've got it all written up on my plan here. I want to be able to juggle 3 balls. I'm going to do 5 minutes each day. And the only thing that's going to stop me is if I decide to give up because I find it too hard. And it is really tricky. I can't juggle yet, but I'm determined that by the time I come back to school, I'm going to have at least made a start on learning a new skill. Get started on that, stay well, and I'll speak to you soon.